Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, Mama. I hope you're fine. Yeah, let's just wait for some time and see who pops in. Then, good morning, Mama. Good morning, Mama Hanatan. Good morning, Mama Bombi. How are you guys doing? How is the weather that side, Mama Bombi? Yo, Mo, it's raining like nobody's business. So welcome guys, welcome my beautiful women to the 16. Yeah. Welcome to day 16 of 21. I'm honored. I hope you guys can hear me, ne? Um the the rain doesn't disturb you guys from hearing what I'm saying. Just let me know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do even if you guys say that you can't hear. But yeah, I would like to know. Okay, let me finish my greeting. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for starting. For those that have started, the one that joined in the middle, the one that are hashtag replaying. For those that are watching without wanting us to know that they are watching, it's still fine. Thank you. And for those that are coming to my inboxes and testifying, about the shift that the 21 days is bringing them, I am grateful. So yesterday we were doing, the introduction on the book, God Wound, what it is, right? And I explained a lot of things that we touched on. But then there was a particular thing that we were asked to do about, going to study our family tree, what it has, that is impacting us today, your view of what life is, what God is, right? And your parents' view. You are enjoying the rain. You, Mama, it's been raining for too long, and I don't know how to explain, but it's been too much. I feel like people that are staying in the rural area or in the Mukutus are really gonna have a hard time because it's raining very, very strongly. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. So it gives me enough reason to enter my blankets when I'm done here. But what? Right. So I don't know. Is there anyone here who did what we were supposed to do yesterday? Who went through and did their homework, their homework on the family tree? What did you find out? I know there were a couple of people here, so I don't know if they're gonna come or not. But let me hear, Mama Halazang, if you would like to share your findings, Mama Bombi, if you would like to share your findings, you know. Hi, Papa Kwadi, good morning. How are you? When I know you replayed yesterday's video this morning, so I don't know if you did your homework. Did you do your homework, Papa Kwadi? Maybe you have done it already. You know, this also game. Hi guys, this rain makes me want to sleep. Okay, so the reason why I think I explained as well yesterday why we needed to do the godhood, the family tree, and I explained that the major thing is that. Good morning, Tinyaka. How are you? Thank you for joining, sis. The thing with how we see life today is, it was developed, or rather, it was birthed from our ancestors, starting from the womb, and the environment that we grew up at when we were growing up. And right now, we have people that are struggling with this thing. God is unfair, God does not love me, God does not this, right? And your relationship with God is actually determined by that. When you were growing up, how did you see life? What did you hear, about God? What did you see about God? What did you experience, right? Through the eyes of your parents, through the heart of your parents, because how they lived their lives when you were young, shaped the outcome of your life today. So I don't know if there's anyone, like I said, who has done the work. May I please share my findings later? Okay, I still have to finish yesterday's recording. All right, no problem. But when I'm done here, tomorrow we are starting something else. We're gonna do something else. So, unless if you wanna come here and share, and when I have time, I will come and attend to you. You must take me there. Sure. So our environment, our mothers and our fathers or our aunties, wherever we grew up, played a huge, role in us understanding, or rather saying certain things about God. And the last thing that we will be doing, perhaps on Friday, it will be, let me just say that we are going to be rewriting whatever things that we have said. So the basic foundation that I needed for us to do to yesterday and today was basically this: for you to go and sit down and check your bloodline. How have they been saying, or what is it that they have been saying, and how have they been showing up in life? Have you heard, statements like a certain standard is not ours? Like people who will feel that they are actually lucky. Like perhaps you guys know that you struggle with food, so eating meat, you know, at a particular day, not Sunday. From our black communities, way back, we used to know that Nama Kya Sunday, the seven colors of Sunday. So sometimes you won't even have that. And whenever you have that kind of opportunity to get, you will call yourself lucky. So you unconsciously, when as a child, um, you got that into your brain, and you thought that life has nothing to offer you. So anything that comes to you at this whatever particular time, like you are undeserving, you are not good enough for anything. So this is one of the biggest thing. At least, this at least today, at least God tried for us. I'm lucky. Understand? Like God is I don't know. God is has designed a certain lifestyle for other people, and then we're not for you. We go about and say, as long as I looking for jobs. There are some people today that will never tell you, or I know I love sewing for that matter. if I can just get, sewing machine, I know I'm gonna be the happiest person, and maybe I can start sewing this and that and that and that, and then I can start selling. But because of you feel that that thing is not good enough for you, because of you struggled, your mother did not get whatever that she needed at that particular time. She had to go and clean for other people while she had a skill and all that. Right. So now you feel that no, I'm gonna have to pass for shop right, and it's so funny how we also lower our standards whenever we want something out of life. We lower our standards because of we feeling life is just not for us, come family or something like that. Right? Then we go and then we say no, even if I get a job, yeah, cleaner, that notion of I don't know how to put it. Like whatever, it's fine. Any job is fine. Any job is fine, right? That is what we like to be saying because we feel sorry for ourselves. And it's okay if you feel sorry for yourself, but I feel that this is a chance. Good morning, Matumelo. Thank you for joining. I feel that this is a chance for you. Your ancestors calling you to say it is time for you to rewrite the story of your bloodline. It's enough for you to be thinking for it when I try to make a certain lifestyle, when you are not good enough for marriage, it will never last. You are not good enough for a certain area, Bosantene or wherever. You're not good enough to come and stay in Cape Town, in not just any part in Cape Town, but in all these luxurious places. You're not good enough to drive a certain car. You're just not good enough for anything. Even if you start anything right now, nobody's gonna buy because I'm just not good enough for anything good. That is where the God wound started, from where we saw your mother complaining, you saw how your mother prayed on a daily basis and God did not answer. Right? Your mother prayed, for whatever, for food, your mother prayed for healing, your mother prayed for all these kind of things that you guys needed, but nothing showed up. And even right now, when this thing plays a huge role in your life, because even if you pray right now, there is something at the back of your mind. Can we just be truthful today? There is something at the back of your mind that tells you that I'm going to pray. I know God. I hope God is going to answer me. But then something tells you that, just don't put your hopes too high. God may not answer. So already you are driven by two energies. The one that thinks that things are going to be possible and the one that thinks that things are not going to be possible. And the ones with a high frequency is the one that is going to win. So if when you are grounded in this thing, it's deep within you, you have never cleared the emotions and the energy around you not being answered, it's going to outpower the one of positive energy, because the positive energy, you've never sat down with it and fed it and told your mind and your body and your soul that in fact we're going to try this and this time it's going to work. We are wounded in this kind of things because we don't process our pains. So every other thing, like I said, that you saw your mother go through, that you saw your father go through, that you saw your family go through, and asking and praying and consulting and nothing changed, it plays a huge role about how you see yourself, how you see God, how you see life. Namhlanje. Makluzi amaZulu shiyawo. Kulela namhlanje. Right. So I'm emphasizing this because I don't know who did the work. So if you feel that you have done the work, like I said, I was going to choose someone here to do, listen to you now, I realized that I was the first to graduate. I couldn't do any higher my own, but my gown, we had to buy it so it can be in the house as remembrance. It was a big deal because never Safi came when we prayed. This is one of the wounds. It's just not for us. And I explained it after we did the live stream. I went and I wrote that The God wound is actually, the belittling of yourself. The activation of you seeing yourself as God, you knowing yourself as God, and um, people. Let's say that right now you work on this wound, right? The people that are fortunate are the people that are going to be born by you and I. For those that are still saying that we want kids, by you and I who have cleared this greatest pain, our identity wound, right? Those are the kids that are going to have to, soar, and be brighter than where we are. But still, you and I today that have kids, we still have a chance. We are still alive. Yesterday I mentioned that heal you so that your children don't have to heal you. So imagine right now you are healing whatever thing that we are talking about today, and even more because we can't cover everything again in the 21 days. But whatever that has been showing up, if you will give yourself time, sit with it. I explained how sometimes I deal with things for 2 weeks. Sometimes I will deal for a month. Sometimes it's for a week, depending on how deep the wound is. Sit with it and offload the baggage for Banabahao. Already, personally, they have issues. So, but how and just make things easier, a little lighter, for them so that they don't have to go around succumbing to circumstances that me and you had to go through. You don't have to. They don't. Diabetes and blood pressure runs in my family. There is for females in my family. There is a lot of rejection around towards my family. There is like my family. Oh, we are royals. Mama Liza, you guys need to do. I understand like what you guys are writing, are sending me, and it is connected to what we are saying. But if you don't do what I'm telling you, like you are still going to go into the very same cycle of seeing every negative, but you have to go to the roots. The first thing that you guys right now, if I would open your hearts, you are blaming God for everything. When I'm doing all right, God, you don't love us, you do this, you are angry. A lot of you are bitter and angry at God and you can't even tell Him. You are walking, you come into your prayer room, because you want to do what? You are thinking, at least maybe something that is good. Maybe my ancestors will just throw something that is nice. Maybe. Like we are just not worth it. Coco Aren, I think this is now driving me to a particular standard for my kids in terms of schooling. And Auskondi, let me say this. When it comes to the issue of schooling, don't, I want you to be open to this one, right? Because you did not have a particular schooling, no? That does not mean that what you feel as a parent is right for you. Talking about feeling, right? What you feel is okay or is good for your children is actually that. Don't make a mistake that your parents did of choosing education for you. Please sit down and study. And I'm saying this to all of us as mothers. Go and study the spirit of your children. Some of them, they don't even need school at all. And Rona, because of we thought, no, nobody went to tertiary, I struggled and this and that. I'm gonna put them go Kuro. I'm gonna put them to the best girls' high or girls' school or what and what, right? But you find that those kids have come to correct something that your family has been, crying about, even if it's your greatest pain, but not in the way that you're thinking this kid's supposed to. Trust me. Let me give an example. I have a 5-year-old. From the beginning, when he was still small, like 1 year, 2 years, whenever I would take him to crash, my businesses would crash. And I forced because of already the guardians, angels hiding, please, or don't take this child to school. But because of now, I felt I needed time and what, like we always have reasons and things, to do or to say, right? Every time I took this child to crèche, all hell broke loose for me. I would not see any progress. For some months, and then things will go fine. So when I tell people that even at this age, there's none of my children that knows where to go to school because I have to understand them so that I don't make the same mistakes that my parents. In Nako High, when we grew up, we were told that nobody does any other subjects except maths and science. And I was not a maths and science person. I'm good when it comes to marketing, advertising. I was good in economics, and that is what I wanted to do. But because of I grew up in a place, even after my grandmother died, right? Because she was the one that emphasized this. We were told when I was supposed to go to high school, they were like, "Hey, come and see for where you're going to do maths and science." Boy, did I not get the 0, 1. Sometimes you get 1 out of 50. Hey, imagine. Because it was not designed for me, but because of apparently that is how they're thinking, we can be able to solve life's problems and not be like them. And they mean well, but then they forget that we are not like them. They are not. And funny, some of us parents, we did not even go to school. We don't even know how maths is. But you are busy. You want my children to do maths and science because of they need to live for you. Some of us, we are very selfish. And we are not even, honest with ourselves that the things that we have failed in life, we actually want our children to live it. It's not fair. Look at how your life turned out because you were forced to do certain things. You were forced to marry somebody. You were forced to live a certain life. You were forced to go and work and take care of your siblings, and now everything was just on you. Like, look at the patterns of your life right now that you were forced by family, how it is. Don't do that to your children. Allow them to be free. If somebody says today that in fact, you don't even have to tell them. Study the spirit of the child. It is your responsibility. Study the what? Spirit of what? Your children. Then you are going to be guided on what exactly they need to do. If kid chef about Thomas and right? If kid musicians, start them where they are. If kid farmers, start them where they are. Train them according to their strength right now. Don't uskala bisa ngwana ore a etsa di doctorate le dilo mama. O mmona hore literature and all these things. They teach these children basic things. Kukwala, kubala, listening. Buy them materials that you know that it is okay. The way your children respond to things, the way your child do things, you know them. No, this is how they respond, right? So it is the system that has told us, or no, you go to primary, no, crèche, you go to crèche, you go to primary, you go to all these middle schools, now by Kati, go to high school, you go to tertiary, you do skoloto sa nefsas, right? So graduation, and then you go to work, you pay nefsas, you go to take working car and a home, yes, skoloto, nyala skolo, yeah, but then you have kids. So that is how we have been told that life is supposed to be. But no, it's somebody else's perspective. What does your perspective as God say? Then we are going to deal with this, your own perspective of life and God and all that. But I need us to clear all these funny things that we found ourselves in because of where we come from. And trust me, you are not in the wrong family. You are not born in the wrong family. You are born in the right, very much right family. Because you agreed to it. Before you were, to Jeremiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. In the beginnings of beginnings, because of we are God's spirit. God sat down, family meeting. This is the situation at the end of the day after so many years. This is what is going to be happening to all of our thing, and now this particular solutions will be needed. Like after they said about a particular problem, this is what they're going to be solving, and this and that, and then this is their challenges, and this is what they will bring to it. Wararumana kana barakama Ramaphosa thuma mina Again, and you chose the body. Guys, listen to it. You chose the body. You chose your own body. This body, you chose it. You like every feature of yours. You chose it. Your eyes, your lips, your ears, your fingers, every single detail, your voice, your teeth set, who you're going to marry. Guys, nothing is a coincidence. Like everything you chose it. Right? So you know all those things. All you have to do is remember. And it takes you to clear certain things like this traumas that you're talking about, especially this one that we are doing. Once you are able to shift, you can't do it all, but whatever that you can shift, at least when you shift something, when you make room for something, right? When you make room, or rather you clear a certain energy that is not needed in your life, you actually open room for something good and something beautiful to come. But right now, how do you get other things or see things differently when you are holding on to something that you see that does not serve you? Right now, you're holding on to this thing, Mama, but you can feel how painfully it is. So, what is it that you need to do to remove this pain? You have to get a different belief. You need to switch. You need to switch and get a different belief, because that belief that you have is limiting. You need to create something that can shift you from there, but you've got to acknowledge its power, its hold, its strength, its damage in your life, and process the pain. When you need to go and process the pain, that is it. You acknowledge its pain, what it costs in your life, how you see yourself, like everything. And that is why I'm saying to you that sometimes you can stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, even 2 months healing one thing, depending on the depth of that wound. So you see how you process these things, right? That is where now the coaching and the guidance, the spiritual what the right? So that somebody can hold your hand. Whatever that you may not see, then I can be able to see and say, Mama, have you looked at this? Right? And when you're thinking that you are sinking, you can't come out, then I will be, a strength to you, Rebona. Look at this in this way. Have you realized this? Have you realized how beautiful you are and all that? Depending on the wound that you are dealing with at that particular time. Let me read the comments. I hope I make sense. I hope. Uh, suka. Mabona phone ya ka e latlhela ko ntle. Okay, I think this is now driving me to a particular standard. Okay, just like Connie, I was I was the best. I was the first to have a first degree and master's degree in our family. I was the first to go study overseas in my family. My grandfather, who is Kosis Sechele, I hope I'm pronouncing the surname right, accepted the missionaries and left ancestral worship. If we even did away with this, with what? Where are you? With this rainmaking. Imagine, for a mistake of one person, the whole bloodline suffer. And right now, you know what your ancestors are saying? Because it took a mistake of one person for the bloodline suffering, we are still asking for one person who can stand and correct. You understand? If one person can cancel and can cause issues, then one person can stand and correct and create something new. And apparently it's you. It is you that is here. Because you feel about 21 days with the ancestors say, hey, God wound you are here. For what? There is no coincidence. O busy. A re ema mahaletsang ditaba tsa dipula. Ke tsa lena. Ke tsa hao. So if you can remember this, at this point of your life, if you remember this and you remember the story and you remember exactly what has been happening in your life, in your family, like I mentioned yesterday, that the only thing that the whites did was to brainwash, the white people to saying, "Alene sipula, you don't even talk to the sun, you don't even do this." Then by stripping away their identity, because your grandfather's identity was a rainmaker. That is his identity. But they had to take away that so that they can give him something to believe in, so that they can take whatever that they wanted from him. Because he's disconnected, he's deactivated from his flow, from his aligned power. So because it took just one person to disturb the flow of rainmaking, or the spirit of water that is working in your family, then it needs one person to step in. You don't have to do much. Trust me, you don't have to do much. Yours is to say yes. Yours is to connect with the spirit of your grandfather. You're tired, you messed up. Oh, well, guys, you have the right to rule. You must omanya these people. You must say it like it is. Right? You did this and that and that and that and that. Look at where we are right now. So, he will show up. Trust me, he's ready. In fact, he's ready. He's ready to show you where he went wrong, what exactly blocked, which area or which direction things started blocking in the bloodline, and then how to unblock that. But that is why I said that if for every miracle, for everything that is needed in the bloodline, there is the spirit responsibility and the human responsibility. So for that which they can do in the other world, they can do it. But for those that need your responsibility, because there are certain things that you then need to do, in the body of water that you people connect with. Do you connect with oceans? Do you connect with waterfalls? Do you connect with just streams? Do you connect with dams or lakes? Then you've got to go there and activate whatever through that spirit that is gone. So I hear you very well. I come from a family like that, where my great-grandfather as well was a rainmaker. But after him, nobody, not even in the village where I come from, was able to do that. He was the only one who did that. But nobody followed through. Even after, we had people that said, no, it was easy, and, we took after the grandfather, but they were never able to do that. So there's something also, on a personal note, check yourself. When you come and doing these things, guys, for those that know the ZCC church, where they tell you, in this kind of life, if you want to come here and fix your life and fix the life of the people, you're gonna have to do what? You're gonna have to worry. You're gonna have to choose the food that you eat. You're gonna choose the lifestyle. You're gonna choose how you show up. You're gonna choose how you talk. You're gonna choose how you or who you allow in your space. Like, there will be so many things that you have to sacrifice. It's so unfortunate. Whatever that is necessary for you to be able to bring back the connection that has been lost. Signal that has been lost for a very long time from your bloodline. You're gonna have to do it. Gogo, what is it? It's so true, Gogo. I agree completely, and I'm working on that. Great. I think you're talking about the schools, né? And then we are in this selfish Gogo. This feeling is necessary. Trust me, it is. The soccer player and DJs we are raising. I'm telling you, we're now busy. And let me tell you, the children that are born between 2005, 2005 with like one, we call them the indigo kids. They are frustrated. They will start drinking and Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm fine. So there was, okay, that is my name. So there was that running away and doing all whatever that they were frustrating you about, right? Because they have come to challenge the systems. For Rebona, you're not gonna be tamed. Your spirit can never be tamed. But because of there's so much fear on you breaking, things that you know that you're not supposed to do or that your spirit does not allow you to do, then these kids they will tell you, "Rena like sekolong. Omo first ya sekolong, also maybe now. For 20 days, this child has never been to school. But in the morning, you will bath the child, add the school and all that, but she will never show up. So God has brought these kids to come and challenge the system, to break the rules and do all these things so that you guys will persevere. But because of, like Oskuni has spoken about, the selfishness and thinking that we know everything, you're going to be more frustrated. Sugar diabetes, but blood pressure, because you don't know the kind of children that are here. Corona, this COVID-19 has a huge role. Right now, we're looking at the negative side. But if you can sit down and understand, and this is a topic for another day, it has its meaning, it has the most powerful shift that it has brought in the, in humanity, on earth. But we don't know that Corona, we see it as a threat because of we are too comfortable in the system. We are comfortable in going to work, Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, 9 to 5, and that is enough for us. We are comfortable on, doing business the same way, but no, it has come to challenge you and make you to analyze things and check certain things that can actually work for you. For okay, more I need to change this, more I have to do this. What is this? How about quarantine? There's also quarantining in the Bible. So you set yourself in and you sit down and you check yourself for it's like Modimo wa reng, ke fasting. Ke gona fela go ikilela, right? So we had to be forced to re ikilele through this pandemic, but we're not even aware of it. We don't even see it, but instead its threat is a disease that kills, it brought us bad luck, but there's two sides for every story. There's beauty in every story. Have you sat down and realized what this COVID is for you individually? Let's not talk about the country, let's not talk about the world, let's not talk about the continent of Africa, but as you, what is COVID-19 to you? Let me not even go to COVID-19 because if I start, I'm not going to finish. Let me read my comments. Okay, I agree with you 100%. We like to push our children to follow careers which we fail to do. Thank you, ma'am. It seems as if we came to help others live. We pay houses for 20 years. It's the system, but you can break it. Sometimes I'll be sitting and my ancestors will be coming and showing me lands, right? Telling me about lands that they stayed in, before they established where I know as a home. And the possibilities of actually you, as their descendant, to occupying those lands are there. But we don't see the possibilities of us. I cannot rather be really nice. And then we're even thinking that the only time we can actually have this luxury and all these things that we want is when only we are staying in the cities. But no, you can actually build that your glass mansion and all that in the rural area where you are never gonna pay bond, you're never gonna pay anything. The only thing that you will need is what? Buy land, buy material, pay people that will be able to do, labor for you. Wow, electricity, and you have it your way. But instead, we are stereotyped. We don't like this. Go something. Do your something. I was laughing with this other friend of mine when we were talking that, I'm one person. I struggle to stay in one place for a long time. So I had to agree that I'm a nomad, right? People that goes from one place to another, tomorrow you are there. So, then we started talking about standing in the gap for each other to buy land. And that is exactly what we will be doing. You go, you buy land, you build. At least, why is it home? Even if you're going to Zimbabwe, you're going to Namibia, you're going to but there's home for you. There's home for your people. And a lot of them, they want to reclaim the lands, but not kandwa. There is so much wisdom in the divine intelligence. that you don't have to do it the way other people are doing. Guys, like ancestors are very wise, extremely, extremely wise, and we don't even think about it because we're thinking, wherever you're coming in the village, no, they are very rough. Hey, I can't, hey, you can't, what? But the truth of the matter is favor. Grace is something that they call grace. And when your ancestors say make a move, they just need you to agree. What did I say? If one person can destroy, then one person can what? Can restore. So they just need you to agree. Because already one is about yes, but at the end of the day, because your restoration is not only yours, it's for the whole bloodline. So you've got millions and billions of ancestors that are supporting you in every step of the way, but you've got to invite them. You've got to go with them. You've got to complain and say, hey, yeah, so we choose who we are, yet we are not able to love the same thing we choose. Because they were told that, this whole thing, go and look for help. We were never told to embrace our abilities, and it goes back to this whole thing, identity, the stolen identity, the deactivated identity of the black men when they were given the Bible. It started from there, right? No, black is a sin. The only people that are godly, right? So being black as well, we are recovering from this, just the tone color. We have people that are still, looking at themselves, but by bleacher, by the skin, surgery, for whatever reason, because they don't feel human, because we never felt human. So if your grandfathers, or you come from a bloodline that went through all these things and they never felt human, the possibilities is that because they never resolved or healed the trauma, you will feel that way. And yesterday I gave an example of how I was carrying a wound from a past life, and then just the moment I encountered, I spoke with the woman, me of that lifetime, that this thing offloaded. Some of these things that you are carrying are Stalina. It's how them wound from whatever years. When you try to open the doors are not opening, you try to go and ask for help is not coming. Then you ask yourself, for what is it? It's until hey, this is what happened, yeah, this is what happened in my life, and this is what caused it, and this is why things are happening, and this is how we can solve it. Trust me, when I tell people that I healed sexual abuse in the ancestral, I'm not joking. I am not joking. It is the liberation or my freedom came from when the grandmothers who suffered this thing came and said, listen, the problem is not where you started. The problem it is us who did not heal this thing when this thing happened. I know two lifetimes from different women who encountered this. Then I jump some of the people in my family and my mother, and it came to me. So they had to show up. We'll see our mistake. Because at that particular moment, they didn't have platform where I can call Mama and say, Mama, I've got a problem, can I talk to you? You know how the culture has been. For no, you don't even talk about these things. So rape it, and then that's it. So they kept the pain. They got married in the pain. They bore children in that pain and they transferred. And when I tell people that sexual abuse is not literally, somebody, the outside encounter, we suffer sexual abuse on a daily basis. Every single one of us. Every single one of us, we suffer sexual abuse. But we're thinking that no, we are fine. No, it doesn't affect me because of nobody touched me or nobody forced himself. That is the topic for another day. But I healed this thing because my grandmother was like, listen, this is how you can change it. The first thing, when I tell people that the first thing that I started encountering deep hair and everything that I started having is from my greatest pain of sexual abuse. Because this is the only thing that turned my life around. Imagine at the age of 5, having to go through all this. So the first wound for me was the wound of sexual abuse that opened any other wound in my life. So I had to heal all this mother, father wound, what, hey, not being good enough, not being pretty, hey, all these things that were born out of it. So if you have a cases like that, the possibilities are that I told me more. It's a hey, the sexual, and there are men as well that were sexually abused. And the other time I explained as well how it's okay, it's the law, but for tsamaisa motho, or a go rapileng to go to prison, you're not solving anything because the spirit is still at work. You are not. You can, I don't know what they really do with this kind of people, but you need to deal with things from the roots, or else it will repeat, even in the person's family, in that man's family. The moment these children already they have their share in the spirit of rape, then they will be going. It's either they will be forcing themselves on the girlfriends, they will be beating them, they will be doing funny things and all that. Then we're thinking children are crazy. No. Check you and check the father. Because the possibilities are that whatever thing that these children are doing in their lives, these are more and some of the families members there. Okay. I need to shift. Yeah, shift your unbelief, man. I saw someone stop a pull a few months ago. I was shocked. No, you actually do that. And okay, you are really, this is how it works. You can actually be conscious of your gift, right? Or I am going to do that. Or you can have a connection so deep that how when I would decide that I'm gonna go out and it's raining. Literally the rain will stop without you saying anything. The rain will stop without you doing anything. I have seen myself a couple of times. I went out, right? When I came out of the house, the rain stopped. I went to the mall. When I entered the mall, the rain started. How? Heck, but then you can see that it was raining. When I entered my house, the rain started. So there are different levels of connections, and yes, every single one of us have that. You just need to know which element, which one is your element, right? And things will be much easier for you. It will be. So so you actually can do that. I didn't know that such as you can even ask rain to come. Don't stop. It will. Faith and connection. Faith in God. There are some people that are still don't believing in ancestors, but once they call the name of Jesus and they believe, then rain will do whatever that it wants them to do. So it's not so much about your belief or who you believe or your interpretation of what God or who God is, more than you believing that whatever that you have, it can actually move mountains. Faith is faith. Apparently my great grandfather had powers to do that. Oh, but no one can do that now. You can. Everybody can. It's just that we have not realized our powers. So you need to sit down. I said something yesterday. I said, I've never prepared since I came here, since I started the 21 days. I've never sat down and started jotting, writing how things are going to be. I had an idea, I thought, okay, week 1, this is what we're going to do. Week 2, this is what we're going to do. Week 3, this is what we're going to do. But every day when I came here, I could not bring, a particular system of how I'm going to say things and all that. So I need you guys to take this thing, you are actually experiencing your ancestors. You are really experiencing them. right? Every aha moment, every awareness that you bring yourself or you find yourself, even especially this one, know that you are being called to pay attention to the thing. Every single thing that is dropping, every revelation that is dropping in your subconscious, in your consciousness right now, take it. Everything that has ever dropped from day one, take it. Those are the things that your ancestors want you to pay attention to. Yes. You guys, you know that my phone is very special. I'm trying to. I was shocked to see somebody do it. Surely somebody still. Okay, some still can, and we need to embrace such powers and strength. Yeah, I told my brother last week that COVID came so that we can go back to our roots. That is a revelation for you, Gogo. We understand that, no, coach. So when you need to go into that because that is your own revelation. Again, that is your own download. Now it is your responsibility to go. If I believe COVID came to, to take me to my roots, what is it that I need to do? Which path do I need to go to? Like, guys, stop thinking that coming to a healer can, only qualifies you to get answers. You have the answers because when you come to me, what do? I connect with your spirit. I can't do anything without your spirit. I can't do anything without your ancestors. So believe in yourself, believe in your intuition because it is always there. Always giving you signals, showing you what to do and all that. Yes, Kialabo, do your something. Please, we need to do our sentence, but Ramadi. That makes so much sense. We are experiencing our ancestors. We do. I'm telling you, you are. Nah, I give example. Some of these things that I talk about, if you come and ask me, I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to be scratching my brain again. Okay, I think we are done. So yeah, I think I'm gonna because little I like that homework again. So kids are my ending. You're not good students. Okay, yeah, I think we are done. I'm done. I'm done reading the comments. So yeah, there's just so much to do ancestrally. There's just so much to think about. There's just so much to realize. There's just so much to know. And like I said some other time in one of the live streams, I said my emphasis of you building this relationship is because your ancestors as well, they need to trust you as much as you need to trust them. So there are certain truths that you're not gonna know right now. They need to see we can actually trust her with this kind of information. Is she mature? So they will have to take you on a path of maturity according to them because by information how heavy it will be, so they will take you on journeys and test you and try you and see you for when they tell you all these big things. It's not gonna choke you. Imagine if I'm an right or nama, it's not gonna do the child any good. So Libona, they will do that. Banyaka bona Horkaneki Koni is here to stay, We are not gonna release because how many people in your family perhaps that they tried to say no, we are going to follow Bungoma or follow Prophet or follow Ing, but then they may not have been able to tap into the fullness of the gifts, right? For whatever reason, the reason some is outside forces and all that, but they need somebody that will say, "Bona, come rain, come sunshine, I'm gonna stay." My business or my brand or my practice is my A to Z. I don't have plan A and B, but within this thing that I have chosen, it's my A. When I fail, it's still gonna be my B. Like until Z, I will do whatever it takes for me to stay in it. Because in fact, it is your A to Z. Once you come out of alignment, guys, things just go cuckoo. Then that is when we start pointing finger. Yo, Habaruloy, Habaruloy. Kante we Tommy, we doya, you know, Tommy doya ka utswamudilong tsa hao. Right? So let's meet tomorrow. I believe that was intuitive guidance anyway. Because I thought I was gonna just choose someone here who did the work and coach them or rather guide them. But yeah, let's work tomorrow, join same time, and let's see where we are going. So I believe that you guys have took something from what we were talking about today, you know, and the emphasis of just we need to rewrite this thing called life for ourselves. And yeah, if there's no questions, should I go? The sharp on it? I can go. And for those that want to take advantage of the promo, guys, the promo ends on Saturday. So if you don't take, what was the homework? Please go to yesterday's video hosting. You will understand it better, because if I start explaining, I'm gonna have to start everything. I'm gonna have to start everything that I said yesterday. So please go to yesterday's video, watch it, and you will get where I was coming from and what the homework was about. All right, man. Okay, thank you, Mama Halazan. Thank you, Oskoni. Thank you, Kosi. Thank you, Mama Bombi. Thank you, Mama Hilda is here today. Thank you, Ostiniko. Thank you, just everyone, Oskoni, everyone. Thank you, Gogo. Gogo Mugoji. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.